Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Hakudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, Rule Web, and great example to his younger brothers in the truth. And peace and blessing to the hopeful elect, Lord, in this edifying lesson. And there's a video from the brothers Arrows Indignation. Put up a lot of little short clips, that you can edify for. And Lord willing is edifying because we have the answers according to the scriptures on why Esau, the so-called white man, hate us and why he put so much energy into hating us. So let's start with a precept. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So let's get into this video and let's see where we go with.
After reading about Texas Roadhouse and then seeing that video about how they had like a Facebook group where like 4,000 white people was in there talking about how they spit in black people food when they see black customers and stuff. So be careful out there on that. Like, first, if you still shopping or eating at Texas Roadhouse, you're crazy. But I'm really starting to think like black people are special or something. There's something that they.
Yeah, and we are special. Matter of fact, I got a few precepts now. Not too many. That's a few. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. And it reads, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy power have chosen thee to be a special people a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you. And how did the Lord set his love upon us? Giving us the law, statutes, and commandments. That's how you set your love. He set his love on us, giving us the ways of life. Because you are more in number than any people. What you mean, any people? What does that mean? The other nations. It say, for ye were the fewest of all people. What people? The other nations. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep his oath which he have sworn unto your fathers. Who fathers? The fathers of the Israelite, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, Egypt, from the hand of King Pharaoh, king of Egypt. I ain't read that. I'm gonna keep going to verse 10. I ain't read that precept for so long. It say, know therefore that the Lord thy power, he is God, the power, the faithful power which keepeth his covenant and mercy with them that love him. How do you love the Lord? If you love me, keep my commandments and keep his covenant, his commandments to 1,000 generations. Verse 10, and repay them to their face, and repay them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. So the who the Lord talking to? The Israelites, 2/3 of Israel, who hate him because the opposite of love is hate. So if you don't show that you love a person by keeping the commandments, if you willy nilly out this bitch and not hearkening to the voice of the prophets, ultimately hearkening to the voice of the Lord, which is coming by the prophets, then you showing that you hate the Lord, man. You ain't keeping the commandments to the best of your ability. You ain't walking in this marvelous light. You showing you hate the Lord. And the Lord gonna repay you to your fucking face, man. That's why it's finna get real bad in America. It's gonna get real bad in the world, in the earth, in the whole oikonomy. You know?
No, the world knows about black people that we probably don't know. Like they're special. Think about
Yeah, and we know, you know. You niggas just don't want to hearken unto the prophets, you know. Here it is, we explain. Let me stop saying, you know. I gotta stop doing that. We breaking it down to you. Let's get a precept. Another precept. I must be able to bring this up, brother. Should be 11 and 7. This the book of Romans chapter 11 and verse 7. It say, what then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So here it is, we in 2026, and Jake trying to figure out why the so-called white man hate them. Why so much? Here it is, we breaking it down to you. We telling you, plain and simple. Straight to the point, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, breaking it down, man, giving you the good news, the gospel, man. And Jake ignoring it. Through, man.
it. They hate. Like I eating that Texas Roadhouse. You're crazy. But I'm really starting to think like black people are special or something. There's something that they know. The world knows about.
And it ain't just black people, it's so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, the Haitians, Jamaicans, we all are the same tribe. Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Colombians, Cubans, we all the same people, man. You know, the Panamanians and all the different so-called Indians, Indian tribe, and the Negroid tribes, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, being the Haitians, Jamaicans, the so-called black people of the Caribbeans, and the black people of America. We the Israelites.
Black people that we probably don't know. Like they're special. Think about it. They hate. Like I can't think of a person that I think about that I just hate. Like I can't not I can't even function throughout my day. Like I gotta spit in their food. I got like if they're in a hospital, I gotta break their bones. Like I need to hate them all the time. I wake up in the morning hating them. I go to sleep at night hating them. White
And that's why all this judgment getting ready to come on the so-called white man. You know, hey, the Lord say for the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame is gonna cover your bitch ass, nigga. I didn't say that, but I did. The word bitch was nowhere in there. Or ass.
people don't hate nothing they feel superior to. Nothing. You don't believe me? Hurt a dog. Hurt a dog and watch how many white people be on your head. But dogs not human because they like dogs. Dogs aren't human. They love dogs. They're out there swimming with the whales and let's save the whale campaign. Let's save rhinos. They're out there petting rhinos. They're out there endangered species. We need to save all these things. I hate black people. I hate them. It's horrible. They all should die. Like you do.
And that's their mindset. Why? Because it go back to the beginning. In the beginning. You know? Matter of fact, let's go out even further. Because, hey man, this go back to the beginning of time. Because the serpent Esau is a is the same spirit. The serpent is the same spirit that's in Esau. which was a people. Salaki, goddamn watermelon. I don't know where it's at. Um, let's say three. All right, Genesis chapter 3 and verse 1. It say, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord, which the Lord Yahweh thy power had made, and he said unto the woman, I'm trying to jump straight to the point. Because you had the sons of God, the sons of man, and the son of the wicked. And the serpent was a son of the wicked. Adam and Eve represented the sons of God at that time, and then you had the children of men, which were the other nations, when they hid amongst the trees in the garden, going into the other nations, taking on their customs. Um, there you go, right there. I'm gonna start at verse 14. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 14, and say, and the Lord thy power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly thou shalt go. And this one talking about no actual snake. His legs disappeared, you know. Then now he slithered. No, I'm talking about the so-called white man before he was Esau Edom. It say, upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. It say, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. Going into who? Jacob and Esau ultimately in the future. You know, it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. And what was Jacob doing when he came out? He was holding on to the heel of Esau, man. It say unto the woman. That's the point. Because it go all the way back. The hatred go all the way back. The Lord put enmity between the serpent seed and the woman seed, being Israel and Esau, the wicked. Esau is the wicked, you know, and there will always be enmity there. Enmity there. They just so wicked, you know. I'll go back to it.
Do not genuinely hate anything that you feel superior then. You'll give homeless people money in a heartbeat. You don't hate anything that you feel superior then. The reason that it occupies so much time in your mind is because I'm telling you, it's something. It is something. And I'm starting to really think there's some validity in that. Like, how?
We done told you what it was. You know about the Israelites, man. You ain't make it to 2026 to jump in a car and record the video, and you ain't came across the prophets yet. That's why when the Lord start killing you niggas, he gonna be fully justified, because the Lord say, if I would have not come and spoken to them, they had not sinned. But since I have came and spoken, they have no cloak for their sins. I think the Lord tell us to go out and um uh man, now I gotta go get it. I know what I want, but I can't even quote it. That's bad. It's like cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions in the house of Jacob, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, their sins. You know? So, yeah, hey, now you have no cloak for your sins, because the Lord set up prophets before that great and notable day to warn you to repent, to turn back to him before he starts stepping on shit. Literally.
I can't think of one reason to genuinely hate someone to the point where it affects your life, where you could risk going to prison to show them you hate them, to pay money for signs, build signs, get in your truck, drive somewhere, to hold signs, to show people how much you hate them. You're spending time out of your day, out of your life to do that. For people who you feel superior then? You're not doing that. You're not doing that. I don't know a single person in the world who hates squirrels enough to where they're spending time going around. No. You only do that to someone you know is better than you. That's the only way you can feel that way. You have to know that that person is better than you. And then you'll go do all that, I guess. But it is something to it. I promise you it is something to it. Nobody's just hating a whole group of people with their whole heart for the rest of their life and spending time, energy, money to just show them that they hate them. That's insane. Whole institutions, organizations are being funded and built for that. You know how much energy, time, effort goes into that? There are poor people who are struggling because billionaires are taking their stuff and they just still hate black people. That's wild to me, and I really think there's something to that.
I just told you what's to it. I get another precept. Precept? And I might close it out with this because I mean I can get Ezekiel, but I don't need to. This the book of Genesis, chapter 25, and verse 21. It's saying Isaac, the forefather of Jacob and Esau, Jacob being the so-called Negroes, Latinos, the Native Americans, and Esau being the so-called white man. We both came out of the same. We had the same foreparent, so to speak. Isaac and Rebekah. It's saying Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. It say, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb. So like in verse 22, it say, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And when she went and inquired of the Lord, and the prophet came to her. I'm gonna stick to the topic because I said that because the Lord say He spake by the mouth of His whole prophet since the world began. It say, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, meaning she got having twins. Two different people in your womb, males at that. It say, in two manner of people shall be. It say, in two manner of people, two different people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And who the one people that's stronger than the other people? So called Jacob. So called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Jacob. And the elder shall serve the younger in the future. The time coming where this nigga finna serve, he finna, hey, the transatlantic slave trade ain't gonna be shit to the kingdom of heaven slave trade. That shit gonna be like child play, cause we gonna be shipping you niggas on them same, we gonna make you nigga rebuild them same funkin' ass boats that we was in, you know? And you gonna get your ass in them motherfuckers. We gonna ship you to different islands. We gonna ship you to different regions, you know, chained up, just like y'all did us. And the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, not meaning he was red. I mean, not meaning he was hair, but he was red, like a hairy garment. And they called him Esau. You know, and you go into that word Esau, it's Ishashua, meaning wasted away. Because he ain't had no pigment, man. You know, verse 25 it say, "In the Lord," verse 25 it say, "And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau." It say, "And after that came out his brother, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when he bare them, and the boys grew. And Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field." And Esau, the so-called white man, is still a cunning hunter, a man of the field. That's the any Edomite you know. Majority of white people, that's what they. Every one of them bitches hunt. Not Mike. Them motherfuckers duck hunt, chase the damn, nigga, a hound dog. I forgot what they call it. Dog hunt. They don't hunt dog, but they will run them. They'll run the deer and have the dog chasing after the deer, barking and shit, while they creeping around in the woods to cut the deer off and kill it while it's afraid, while the adrenaline rushing and that type. They do that type shit, man. You know, quail hunting, duck hunting, bird shooting, big game hunting. Who into that? Poaching and shit. Edomites, man. Men of the field. A man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents, just laid back chilling. That's us, man. You know? We don't gotta go. I mean, we hunt to survive and eat, but Esau hunt for fun. That nigga kill a whole deer and get the ham and he take 2 pieces of meat and the rest of that shit got. He gonna throw the rest of that shit in the trash, man. The main thing they gonna get when they kill a deer is the ham off that motherfucker. Everything else going in the garbage, man. You know, they might get the ribs, some shit, but they'll waste all the rest of the meat, man. Verse 28 is saying Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. You know, what's venison? Deer. You know, these Edomites, they love deer hunting. You know, I ain't met too many Edomites that don't love to hunt. I ain't gonna sit and play like them bitches gonna have camouflage, tree climbers, all kind of different goddamn buddies, and they got different land where they can go goddamn just hunt you. You know, they take care of the land, they find their spots, they do this shit every year, all year. They cleaning up, cutting grass, putting out deer cameras. Niggas ain't doing all this shit. When a nigga go hunt, they just go take their ass out there and goddamn kill them a deer and shit. They ain't worried about it till they run out of meat again. You know, when they run out of meat, that's when a nigga will be like, yeah, we gotta get some more deer. You know, they ain't just out there bitch hunting every week just to hunt, whether they kill something or not. No, Esau out there bitch just because, goddamn. You know, Esau go out that motherfucker. Esau take special trips just to go hunt and be out that bitch for a couple days, man. You know, yeah, and that was pretty much the point. So like it, these damn pussies. Hey, motherfucker. Yeah, that was pretty much the point. But that's why this devil hates you, man. Well, I get this just because this the book. No, no, that ain't the point. I ain't gotta get that. Dude, I ain't gotta get this Ezekiel 35. Let's get this AI overview. This the KJV featured two main passages about hate, hatred involved Jacob. Genesis 27 and verse 41, we started off with, where Esau hated Jacob. And Romans 9 and verse 13, where God stated he loved Jacob and hated Esau. And these devils know who we are, man. They know we the Israelites. They know we Jacob. And they know we telling the truth. If you think these motherfuckers, especially the elites, if you think they don't know who he is and they think we don't know what we talking about, you a stupid, crazy, dumb fool. Cause they know exactly who he is and they know what we fucking talking about, man. That's why the scripture spoke about that, and great fear fell upon them which saw them, you know, by us being raised up with his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It say Esau hated Jacob right here. It say Esau hated Jacob, Genesis chapter 27 and verse 41. It say the verse, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And I mean, and Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning of my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. The context, it say Jacob tricked their blind father Isaac, which was all in the spirit, and Rebekah helped him, gave him the idea to steal the firstborn blessing. Wait a minute, Esau sold his birthright. So it already belonged to Jacob because he sold his birthright. He sold his soul for some pottage, man. You know, and it had to be some, that shit probably just hit the boiling water, man. Shit, I'm hungry. Let me get it. I'll give you my birthright. Face ass nigga. It say, oh shit, what a goddamn, man. Y'all need to take y'all ass on. Like it. The context, it say Jacob tricked their blind father Isaac to steal the firstborn blessing instead of Esau. It say Esau became very angry and planned to kill Jacob after their father died. You can read the full account on Bible Gateway, and that never happened because Jacob and Esau somewhat reunited along the line, and Jacob hid his family and went and hollered at Esau, and Esau, wasn't on that time. But now we in the time where Esau back on that time, man. When you go into Genesis and read after the count, it wasn't in that lifetime where he was gonna slay his brother Jacob. It was further down the line, you know. And that's the part I was talking about. They know who we are. It say God loved Jacob and hated Esau, and this proved that the doctrine that we teach and push is the 100% true doctrine, man, and not this shit these Christians talk about, or anybody talking about Gentiles and all this old dumbass shit. Ain't no Gentiles getting saved. The promises wasn't given to them. The covenant wasn't given to no other nations, only Israel, man. But let's get it. It say the verse as it is written, Romans 9 and 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. The origin, Paul quoted this in the New Testament from the Old Testament book of Malachi chapter 1, 2, and 3. You know, you go read that. The meaning, it say scholars explain that loved and hated in the context mean God chose Jacob's line, the bloodline, the descendants of Jacob, the Israelites, for his special covenant and promises. Why they say he chose everybody? This is what the scholar said, that the Lord chose the Israelites for his special covenant and promises, while he did not choose Esau's line, the Edomites, for the special role. So that go to show you that all people can't be saved in itself, man. But a Christian, the Gentiles, head ass. What about the Jew nor Greek? Born nor, man, get your dumb ass, man. The Lord getting ready to fuck you fucking Christians up, man. You know? And these scholars, they know we got the truth, man. These elite, they know we got the truth. These niggas plotting on how they gonna move on the men of the Lord. They conjuring something up, and the Lord gonna stop them niggas, man. Some of us gonna die, and that's cool. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment. It's just gonna be a light affliction. Hey, we finna get the kingdom. We finna get everlasting. And nigga, we can't die. Even if this body die, you cut this head off our body, and we die, or whatever you do to us, and we die. Guess what? Torture, whatever you do, nigga. Guess what? We still don't die. We leave this body, and we got a new body coming. Whether you kill us or not, we gonna be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, man. And you can't get around it. Your ass is in trouble, man. You finna pay for what you did to the nation of Israel, man. And all you nations, all the rest of the heathen nations. Cause niggas only be concerned about, well, what about the white man? Man, fuck that. Shit, they ain't going to captivity. Him and the rest of his compadres, man. Being all the other nations, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Hamites, so-called Africans, Chinese, Japanese, you know, Ishmaelites. All they ain't going into slavery. They all played a part in, keeping us downtrodden and our slaveries, man. Guess what? They gonna have to they gotta pay for that, man. You touch the apple of the Lord's eye, we still gonna be found in the hands of the so-called white man. Matter of fact, this nigga plan on going even further by putting a so-called uh, RFID NFC subdermal device underneath your skin. You know, and if you receive that mark, that's you saying you want to be a perpetual slave to Esau, eating the so-called white man, which is your master, man. Which is the ultimate sin that you ain't gonna be forgiven for, according to the Bible, Revelation 13, verse 16 and 17. You know, called all small, great, rich, poor, free, and bond receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. You know, which ultimately gonna make you like a property of these international banking families, man. And you gonna have a QR code. They gonna, you will be a product of them niggas, man. A genetically modified product of them niggas, cause you gotta take if you take the C hip, they gonna CRISPR you up, gene edit your stupid dumb ass, man, like they did with them C hips in 2019, 2020, 21. That's when it really happened. 21, you know. And to back it up, the scriptures speak about Esau being the scene of great future judgment in the Zondervan, not the scriptures, in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, that Esau being the scene of great future judgment. So that alone show that Esau can't be saved. Why? Because he gonna be the scene of great future judgment. Who the Lord ain't gonna have mercy on. So that right there alone proves that he not gonna be saved, and the nigga still coming. What about the white man? Well, hey, what did the scripture say about them? They going into captivity, and that's pretty much the point. Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to end it, giving all honor and glory once again to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem. How could I stubble honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone. Rule Web and great example to his younger brothers in the truth. Peace and blessings to the whole fleet. Shalom. Kwame Yashala and the Baba. Shalom.